All right, so last but not least, we're going to talk about the new logo and tagline. As you guys know, at this last meeting, the council approved this logo, which was supposed to be tweaked and changed, and all they did was change one color.
What color?
One color on this logo. This logo, I've already expressed how I feel about this logo. So have you. But I wanted to pull the video about them talking about the tagline because center place is not a word. Okay, it's not a word. And so, you know, we're going to be the center place for whatever, I guess. But I just thought it was funny them trying to sell it to the council. So can we play that one, the center place here?
Sum it up. It's where you live.
You have to really have these.
We took that same approach with the tagline development, so let's talk about the tagline.
What did you do wrong?
I'm Lauren with Evoke. It's nice to see you guys.
He wasn't close enough to the mic.
No surprises. We're kind of in the same spot where we left off last time. As we
Exactly the same
Yeah,
spot.
the same spot because they couldn't come up with anything.
and,
So, you know.
words that would associate with each
Back
one.
round
ended
there.
up coming up with a word.
That's why we're bringing this to the
Sum it
citizens.
up.
Tagline.
No, you have to do with influence.
I love how they present a definition too for the word since it doesn't actually have one.
Yeah, who published that
And our
dictionary?
tagline ended at your
Whatever that dictionary is, don't buy it.
This is King Nathan version.
It's the googly googly version. Don't spit your drink out. That'd be embarrassing.
So they're saying here that they can change it up for whatever reason they need. So you can be center place for growth, development, military. It's just
Or not, because it's not a word.
yeah.
Taglines are very finite, so one statement will not generally work for all, and it is
Oh my
hard.
God,
I
this
think,
is so bad.
if we look at St. Cloud, it's not the same Cloud it was 10 years
No,
ago.
How would you know? You don't live here.
We have to
True.
keep our eyes looking forward. So having something that's a little bit more amalgamous and allows you to utilize that
Amalgamous?
tagline in different facets really gives it a longer shelf life, and I think
Shelf
will
life?
lend itself moving forward in
It's
a
a
lot
can
of
of peas
different
now.
attributes. And I know the military aspect, it is a center place for military crime. It's, you know, I think it's in the DNA of the destination itself. Well, yeah, so when
They're
you
trying to
look at
sell
this
some
and
hoes
how
on
it
you.
would work,
Yeah.
center place for life would be the actual main tagline, and then the other components that go with it will kind of work based on usage. In center place, again, it is a little bit different, but the great thing about that is we can trademark it, and it could be unique to St. Cloud. And it does speak out of both ends, and I think this
That's for sure.
That does.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
He's speaking out of both ends right now.
that's a lot of flexibility. So that's kind of really
Oh, wow.
And I do want to say thank you so much for everybody.
So at this point, after this happens, you know, can you pause that, Chris, please? You know,
Where to begin?
No.
Where to begin?
I figured it out.
yeah.
They figured out St. Cloud's a bunch of rednecks and they can't spell, so they figured that's a word we're going to believe.
That's probably what they believe.
So they were thinking they're going to believe that's a real word.
Yeah.
Well, as 3 St. Cloud graduates right here,
Yeah.
class of 94, 2 of us right
Yeah.
here. Shout out. I want to tell you, thank you to Miss Para for my, Miss Strachey, Miss Watt for my English.
You gotta shout out to Zealot.
Shut up.
Okay, yeah, there you go. I have to tell you, where to begin? My first complaint with this is,
Citizens.
why did you not use a local company?
Yeah.
Put the tax dollars,
I
put my
agree.
money back into my community. If every dollar spent at a local establishment, 67 cents of that stays in our community. And we are hurting right now. This is a town where we depend a lot on hospitality, and since COVID has happened, we have not been the same. I would have preferred to keep our money in the community if this had to happen at all. That's my first.
Yeah.
I don't even think it should happen, but
I think the money is could have been better allocated.
Yeah, this is a waste of money. That's garbage. I'm sorry.
it's garbage.
So, and my other complaint is that. First of all, I was always proud to say we live in the Soldier City. That's something.
I agree.
As a family who comes from military and a lot of police background as well, but a lot of military background, it's disappointing to me that, first of all, that is cheap clip art.
Yeah.
It is generic. It has no personality. And I don't expect anything different from somebody who hasn't lived here or spent their time in our community.
Right.
So that's a few things. The other thing is, I feel like if we were going to spend approximately $240,000 to get a new logo and rebrand everything, we could have just bought that oceanfront property in Arizona, because that's the bill. That's the bill they just sold us.
So wait, what's not here that I saw somewhere is a picture of all those little boxes right there.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole page of them. So
Oh, yeah.
basically what they did is they go, okay, let's see, they told us these things about this town.
Yeah.
Which boxes represent, this is how much work they put into it.
Yeah.
They had pages of these little clip art boxes, and they said, oh, St. Cloud is these three, people that don't know anything about us, there are these three boxes,
Yeah.
and that's how they made the logo.
That's
with
a very
cursive.
valid point.
With some cursive.
Does it not remind you of in third grade when somebody asked you to be their boyfriend or girlfriend and be like, check yes, no, or maybe? That's what it reminds me of. I mean, let's be honest.
Check which boxes represent this town that
Yeah.
you think the town represents.
Yeah.
There's nothing, you did some cursive with some boxes you picked out of pages of boxes.
No, it's
It's
terrible. Well,
insane.
my whole thing is, why spend the money and all right now?
I agree.
These hard times.
Yeah.
Our water is
Garbage.
disgusting. Yep, there we go. Infrastructure's poor. Look at New York Avenue. They just dumped a couple $1 million into that, and that's failing time and time again. Pennsylvania Avenue, that's a stalled project. They have not reduced water rates, yet every other utility in Central Florida has done that.
Mm-hmm.
They've helped businesses, but they haven't helped their residents out. So it's just a waste of money right now. This is not, and they've been talking about doing this for years, and it's just,
It's futile.
it's a waste of money.
It's futile.
I'd rather they throw away the money they put in and stop everything they're doing now than putting in another 100 and something thousand to get everything
150
implemented.
grand.
Going onto the trucks and the shirts and the signs, everything. I mean, stop now. Stop the bleeding now. I really
I
think
agree.
that this is,
I mean,
stop.
according to the meeting, they were only out 25 grand at this point in time, right? So
Stop the bleeding.
even if they're contractually obligated to the full 91,000 to
I'd still
redo
rather go right.
I'd rather be out 91 grand than 250 grand.
Right.
And my other point is, I'll bet everybody at this table $1 right now that they do not utilize local businesses to change their shirts, their stickers, their
Right.
their letterhead.
You know, my point is, it's not their money, so they don't care.
Sure.
Right.
They don't care how they spend the money. For the past decade, they've been shelling out $450,000 a year paying the tax and debt service on Stevens Plantation. Thankfully, they finally sold that drain on our
The
economy.
bleed.
Yeah, our city. And but of course, we're going to get many more homes on there, and that's the direction this council wants to take the
On a
city.
two-lane highway.
It's bad.
Wait, and wait, isn't the logo supposed to be to bring more people here?
Right.
Isn't that what we are not really looking at until our infrastructure is under control? Like, maybe we should have waited until we should want more people here, because the old logo is obviously doing a darn good job.
Well, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
You know, celebrating small town life, and that logo right there brought every one of you that have moved here
Here.
because you were looking for that, not
that. But here's the
Yeah.
kicker. Here's the thing for me. The icing on the cake. Thank
Whatever
you.
it is.
Our new logo is supposed to entice industry and business, and yet we're using a word that doesn't even exist in the dictionary.
right.
Well, the
right.
problem-
How dumb.
Try opening a business in St. Cloud.
Oh, it's
the
easier
amount
to
of
get it- yeah.
paperwork,
Oh,
the duplication
God.
of the duplicity
Yeah.
of the papers you have to fill out.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if they
ludicrous.
maybe
You
if
literally
they-
have to run the papers back and forth to each department,
Right.
and you can't figure
Maybe
it
if
out.
Well,
they
New
made
York
a
Bagel
regulation.
has been
I-
trying to open in the plaza over there off of Vermont. They've been trying to open New York Bagel for months and months
Yeah.
since the beginning of the pandemic, and it's one thing after another, and people are begging for it. Something we don't have here in town, something new and different.
Then
Well,
the
if that's
trainers,
in the regulations.
staff needs to be trained in City Hall. They don't understand their own code. I have friends of mine that recently opened up a business. They had to go right to the city manager just to open a business, just get their tax receipts or, kind of open the doors up. So
Make it easier.
we've got
Make it
problems,
easier for
folks.
businesses to move here.
And,
It goes bigger than the city.
as I've been
It's
saying
a
for
world.
years, we need new leadership in City Hall. I mean, we just need
Oh, yeah.
just because the election's over, we don't need to just stay quiet and take this for the next couple of years. We need to stay involved and speak out.
Yeah. And that's
And
exactly
and
what we're
demand
doing by
accountability.
doing things like this.
Bring the attention.
Is trying to bring attention. We are not for profit. We are not making any money off of this.
No donations. We
This
don't want
is
any.
no donations,
We
no
don't want
nothing. We're just doing this because we are concerned for our city. We love St. Cloud, and this has just been going on for too long. So, you know, I wanted to highlight this right here, which is the original post when I found out about the new logo and what was happening about this. Now, our city's communication director had talked about the online chatter. Well, all the online chatter was from this.
That one post.
All right. It did reach about almost 9,000 people, and it had 222 comments, and I can guarantee you that 98% of those comments were negative. There was not a positive one in the bunch. I mean,
you said 98.
well, yeah.
I think it was 100.
Yeah, it might have been
I would
100.
think it
It
was
might have
100.
been 100.
I'm
No, one person said you could just change a color.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 99.
But the history that Mary Emma had run down was exactly what was posted. There was no mistruth. There was no difference to what was said. But yeah, so that's what it, you know, and we didn't say anything negative in this post. It was just, you know, which one do you prefer? You
As a
prefer
taxpayer,
this
we
one
should have a
or
say.
that one? And yeah, and everyone had their say. It was negative. All right, and the next slide, it was, what is it?
Well, she said there was no constructive criticism. When something's so bad,
Right.
there's not a
That's a
comment.
hint.
That's not a comment.
Yeah, that's a hint. When there's no constructive
It
criticism.
was so negative that it led to this petition. All right. Now, the person who started this petition, I know who it is. She asked to not be involved in it anymore after it went live, but it eventually got up to 250 signatures. People felt very passionately about this, and rightly so. You know, after that, when it was coming up for another vote, which was this latest vote, you know, I had posted my editorial, you know, thoughts about this at logo, and, you know, people were still passionate about it. So it hasn't gone away. People hate this logo. It's terrible. It's terrible for St. Cloud. We shouldn't be spending money. And the funny thing about this is Keith Trace, when this originally went up for vote, voted against it. Okay? When it came up this time, he voted for it. And it was Chuck Cooper that voted against it.
Lynette didn't even like the name Center Place. She kept saying, I don't like
Right.
But it grew on them like a fungus.
Yeah. You know, after this clip happened, you know, the mayor had said that Center Place was growing on him, and then Dave Askew said the same thing, that it was growing on him. Basically, they got hoodwinked by Evoke Advertising, and for the amount of $91,000. And when it's all said and done, it will be $241,000. So
It's a lot of money.
it's very
Especially right
sad.
now. We really need to be spending that right now.
You know,
I know businesses that have been hurt who tried to qualify for some of the grants and the PPPs and things like that they were offering to small businesses here in town. And somehow, some way, a lot of times they're finding tiny little loopholes to not have to pay them to the people who've been here and trying to, you know, thrive and provide jobs. I mean, that's basically what it breaks down to. We're not, you know, we're not in an abundance of jobs. And I do, one of the first city council meeting back since the election, I believe, Mayor Blackwell referenced that he had put thousands of jobs in this community.
They fixed the water too.
that was in the campaign materials.
Yeah.
You know,
But them
That's
thousands
probably
of
good.
jobs, they have really been hard pressed to find.
Yeah.
Really hard pressed to find. And I do think that this could have been better spent. I personally would rather see this money go towards expanding a road,
water?
putting money
Water.
towards
Water.
Yeah, I would love to be able to
Yeah.
drink clean water because I have to buy it by the gallon. I would like to see it put back into a school or to a first responder or a new book in a library for that matter. But I'd rather see it go towards the community for something that's beneficial. And this, folks, is not it. Even if it was a good looking logo, which it's not.
It's
No,
not.
I just love fruity
And bringing
projects.
back the water, you know, Chuck Cooper had recommended doing filters for everybody's house.
I'd rather do that.
To have the like,
Absolutely.
if you can't fix the water, you can do a filter.
Right.
I mean, think about the things you could have done way better spent. Way better spent.
Yeah,
Right.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
So at the end, I think this last slide is going to be what the final logo is going to be, and you can see for yourself. They changed one color. That orange star that's up there.
Became Army Green.
Oh no, that was my thing. You can just get past
That was
that.
$10,000. That color that they changed.
Yeah.
There you go, there you go,
$10,000.
Michelle. Michelle,
Yeah.
go back.
Oh, you went back to the beginning.
Right there.
Yeah, all right.
That's
so,
what you were talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking about.
yeah, so that's it right there. That's your final logo.
But look
They
at the
changed the
lights.
color of the star to green, and the different tiles there are going to be at different
Oh, that's
places.
good. Different places. But it doesn't
Wait,
matter.
hold
They
on.
obviously
They
fixed them.
swapped the bird and the star because the
Right.
star was the orange and then the bird was the green.
All right, so that was the major tweak that Evo did.
I personally think that cost us $10,000.
This is some fancy clip art.
Yeah, some very fancy clip art.
So
I think when I bought my first Tandy
Expensive
computer, back in like 1985, I think we had similar computer.
Honestly, you're right.
I think we bought it
I
at a
was
radio
playing
shack.
Oregon Trail back then.
No, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit older. You know, class of '94, class of '98. You know, so. But
This is what I was thinking. I was like, they just looked at a bunch of stuff and said, eeny, meeny, oh, that's Mo. Eeny, meeny, miny. Yep, that's the one. There's the three things right there.
I could have done it for you in 5 minutes. Sabadell, that's where we get.
Sabadell.
I could have drew you a star and a bird. It would
the
not
funny
matter.
thing is that, and I think I have a picture of it on here too. One of the people in our group posted a logo they made.
Oh, I thought it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, and it was better than what Evo came up with.
That's what I wanted to say. That one you could do criticism of change the color, make this bigger, make that smaller.
Right.
That logo had the potential where you could make constructive criticism.
You know what
That
difference
logo
is?
you can't. It just needs to be scratched. Like,
Well, you
there's
know what
no
speaks to that?
construction.
The guy lives here, so he gets it.
Right.
He gets it.
Right.
Kind of a difference. And then the other thing is too, not for nothing, Michelle actually had brought up something when we first discussed this a while back. She had a really great point. Why didn't you offer it to some of the students in the community and maybe offer them a $1,000 scholarship or something along those lines, or even a local business, somebody who does this for a living, and even if they just got that notoriety to get their people out there,
I
like
think some people do it for free. I'm telling you,
It's
just to
wrong.
be the one that they
but
pick.
reach out to the community.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
I thought our logo was fine.
I actually
Like
thought-
we had before.
If I had the vote, I'd say don't change it at all.
I agree.
But if we're gonna change it, do it as a competition. Scratch the money you've already done. I'd say just
People
throw that
are
away and
losing
do a
jobs
competition.
left and right, and
And do a
that's what they're
competition.
spending their money on.
Well, and again, like the building, like the overcrowding, like the overdevelopment, I feel like this was forced down our throats.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
They talked about how they did focus groups, and we all know one person that was in that focus group. I looked at the focus group material. It had nothing about St. Cloud. It gave no indication of exactly what they were going to do. It was a bunch of branding and marketing, mumbo jumbo, and to see that this is what we're going to be paying for. That this is going to be branded on our water tower, on shirts, trucks.
Oh, it'll match the water.
Yeah.
It'd be disgusting, just like our water.
And our
I'm
traffic.
wondering if it's going to say your center place for life underneath the St. Cloud, Florida. Is there, or what are they going to do with that? I mean, they don't show it there.
that
But,
word. It just shows.
You know
I
what,
think
Tom?
that they're trying to show
It'll grow
rednecks
on you.
can't-
It'll grow on you.
No,
just like the mold that grows in our water.
No, they need to put right underneath. We're rednecks and can't spell. I mean, like seriously, I guess that.
Y'all speak for yourselves.
Yeehaw!
Y'all speak for that.
Well, this was a great conversation, guys. We want to go ahead and thank Positive Edge Real Estate for giving us this space to do
Yes,
this.
thank you so much.
They
You're
are
still here.
awesome.
Very late at night.
The combinations
Yeah.
are beautiful. Look at this thing.
I mean, it doesn't get better than this.
No.
Yeah.
We're just going to wrap it up. So thank you for watching. Thank you for caring about your city. And we'll keep you posted. Thanks.
Let us know your thoughts.